Good evening and welcome to Hoops Friday Night, Week 12. I'm Dave Ciseski. Alongside, as always, Tony Quach. Justin Dirks will join us shortly. Tony, the playoffs are so close, I can almost smell it. But we still got some unfinished business to get to, right, Tony?
That's right, Dave. Tonight, the LCC Thunderbirds head up to Putnam County to battle an Ottoville team that's won 7 of their last 8 games.
That's right, Tony. 7 in a row. And how about that? 7 of their last 8. 15-4 overall with the number 2 offense and number 4 defense in the PCL. Thunderbirds going to start us off in this contest as Parker Judy fights for the ball. He'll get it past the defender. He wins the string contest, and, well, they go up by 2. After a free throw made by the T-Birds up by 1, Ottoville takes the lead here. Grant Lease is found inside the paint, corrals the ball, and leaps over 2 defenders and gets the bucket. LCC would not be stopped. Will they be stopped on the other end? And then Ottoville would go back on the offense. Alex Seaver is found there in the corner. He lets it fly with a 3-point ball, 4-point lead. Ottoville's night. Nothing run here. 8-0 run stopped. Michael Tafflinger wanting to let it fly. He hits it. Deficit cut to 3. Big Green would answer quickly, however. Carson Hortzman drives inside. 2 defenders there, gets by them, and gets the bucket from Schnipke. Lets it rain. That was 11-5 lead right there. And Ottoville go on and win 56-51. Finley sitting in the 3 spot in the track and won 3 in a row here. We're actually looking at a different game, but we're going to get back to this one. Here they are. Making it 4 straight here tonight, hosting St. Francis. First half, Trojans showing off the ball movement, and they get that one to drop. Later on, it's going to be a nice feed in the low block for the big man, Will Cordonier. He makes a move there and gets it with a pump fake, drops it, kisses it off. The glass bank was open late, and they were dominating. With no hesitation, it's Ernst again. This time, mid-range jumper, Tony Finley rolls. St. Francis in this one, they win 70-39. And just one other score in the track as the Spartans continue their recent tear and win 61-53. We're going to head to this game. How about some NWCs? The Bluffton Pirates, who in this game, Pirates averaging nearly 58 a game, and they're taking on the Mustangs. First half, Carson Silver passes to Wade Ginther, who delivers the dime there, and Yoder gets it home. Mustangs come back down and answer as Carson Klum goes off the glass and gets the short jumper all tied up. But next time down, Ginther goes off glass for the bucket. Pirates back on top. The Stangs would answer again as Klum drives hard to the hoop, gets the and one, but the Pirates, though, would take off. Ginther down the lane, gets the floater to fall, and then Merrick Donaldson would dive on top of this one and get the key stop. He buried the 3 ball, and they take that lead back 61-54, 17-6 against Allen East since 2004.
Switching over to the Northwest Conference, the Lincoln View Lancers head over to the Ray to take on the Crestview Knights. Crestview has won 6 of the last 7 meetings against Lincoln View. In the opening quarter, Gavin Etzler sends a ball over to Nazir Easterling, and he takes a bounce and sends it through the net. Crestview leads 2-0. Later on in the quarter, the 3-ball doesn't fall through, but it's Easterling who swoops in and gets the putback. The Knights double their lead to 4 points. Lancers trying to answer back. Here's Cal Evans, and he sends it to Creston Toe, and Toe heads to the basket and hits the mid-range jumper. Lancers cut the lead to 2. Moments later, Holden Price fires it over to Cohen Cox, and Cox buries his 3-ball. Lancers pull within 1. But the Knights wouldn't let up as Carson Hunter sends it over to Ren Sheets, who gets the layup. Crestview rolls to a 60-37 win. Here's the rest of the scores from the Northwest Conference. Spencerville takes down Ada on the road, winning 71-35. The Bearcats have clinched at least a share of the league title with the dub, while Jefferson knocks off Columbus Grove at the stage. 58-43 is your final score. We need to take our first break on Hoops Friday night. When we come back, catch our spotlight game as Defiance and OG battles for first place in the Western Buckeye League. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back. 2 state-caliber teams collide in the Supreme Court as the 7th-ranked Defiance Bulldogs from Division II take on the 4th-ranked Ottawa Glandorf Titans in Division III. Both teams are undefeated in the WBL, and that's why this game is our Hoops Friday Night Spotlight game.
This Hoops Friday Night Spotlight game is presented by Midwest Electric Incorporated.
The OG OG Titans have won the last 7 games against the Defiance Bulldogs. Tonight, they put their 5-game winning streak on the line against the Defiance team that's looking to get back into the win column. In the third quarter, OG leads 40-33. Theo Mack sends it to Colin White, and White pulls up and hits the fadeaway J. Titans extend their lead to 9. Defiance trying to close the gap as Tyler Frederick decides to spot up for a 3-ball, and the senior nails the triple try. Bulldogs cut the Titans lead to 6. Defiance with the ball once again. Brayden Shaw drives to the rack, spins, and hands it out to Caden Zachridge. And with 2 guys in his face, Zachridge sends it through the net. Road Dogs trail 42-38. Now it's Zachridge again, driving baseline. He puts the shot up, and it's good. A team high, 29 points for him as Defiance pulls within 4. The Titans looking to pad their lead as Max sizes up his man and puts it through with the right. The home team now up 49-40. And they're not done yet as Caden Erfurt decides to take it himself. He heads to the rack for the basket. OG goes up by 10. Moments later, Hunter Steckschulte finds Erfurt, who backdoors it to White, and he finds the ball in the net with this shot. A game-high 30 points for him as the Titans win this game, 68-65. The Bath Wildcats head to Algrace County to take on St. Mary's Rough Rider. Rough Riders looking to win their 11th straight game, while Bath is eyeing their 5th win of the season. In the opening quarter, Cobain Owens sends it to Austin Parks, and the Ohio State commit gets the 2 points. St. Mary's leads 7-0. Bath try and get on the board as Drake Craddock buries a 3-ball from beyond the arc. Wildcats now down by 4. But St. Mary's can hit the long ball too. Evan Angstman nails this shot from downtown. The home team now leads by 7. Bath trying to close the gap as Craddock hits the floater. Wildcats now down by 5. Down the court, Parks is surrounded by a pair of Wildcats, but he still manages to score. The home team extends their lead to 7 points. Now it's Jackson Foster with control of the ball. He pulls up and hits the J. The road team trails 14-7. And Foster isn't done yet. He decides to hang 3 on the board. That basket pulls his team within 4. But St. Mary's too much for Bath tonight as Brandon Sullivan gets in on the 3-ball fun. St. Mary's takes this game 79-48. And now we're sending it over to Justin Dirks with more action from the WBL.
Thank you, Tony. Since 2004, Wapakoneta and Salina have played 23 times, with the Redskins winning 13 of those matchups, including their last 8 games head-to-head. Redskins looking to make it 9 in a row, hosting the Bulldogs. Skins coming in tonight, 3rd in defense, only surrendering 45 points a game. Now on to the second quarter. Caleb Moyer under the hoop, lays it in. Wapak up by 8 now. Time winding down as Salina's Grant Duncan drives and hits the floater. As the quarter expires, deficit cut to 5 heading to the half. Now Bulldogs again this time. Braylon Gabes with the stunning drive off the glass and in. Count it, we are all tied up. Wapak on the attack now as Jackson Quarter rises for the jumper, and it's good. Lead back to the Skins. Wapak on a run of their own now as Niekamp gets the lay-in. Lead extended to 6. Then Niekamp would dial it up. The 3-ball in the corner. Bury that one. Redskins win 44-36 with the win that makes it 9 wins in a row for Wapak against Salina. Now over at the Fieldhouse, WBL action as the 8-win Dogs host the 12-win Cougars. 12-11 series record between the 2 squads since 2004, with Van Wert winning the last 5 matchups after losing 7 in a row before that. Let's head to the first. Defense really taking over early as Luke Wessel takes the steal end-to-end for the score and the foul counted. That gives the Cougars the first 2 points of the game. Next play on the other end. Seth Sharp drives left to the hoop, and he muscles his way to the rack for the basket. That ties the game up now. Another steal from Van Wert. This time it's Aiden Pratt. He pushes it up court to Wessel for another basket. Cougars up by 2 now. Torrey Thomas in the paint for Elida. He spins and bullies his way to the hoop. Bulldogs down 1. Then Pratt got the ball again. He goes coast to coast and stops to put up the mid-range jumper. Game high 18 points on the night. Cougars pull out a close one, 56-53 the final. Now just one other score to get to in the WBL. The Shawnee Indians defeated the Kenton Wildcats on the road. Tribe came away with a 77-43 win.
Over to the Vatican is the 14-5 Blue Jays hosting the Cavaliers tonight. Blue Jays second in the MAC in offense at 45 points per game. We start with under 3 minutes left in the first half. Luke Schwederman would find the opening inside and gets the pass and puts it in. St. John's would respond moments later. As Austin Munter drives under the basket, he flips it over to Landon Grothaus, who launches a 3 and nails it. 25-11 Jays. Now under minutes left here in the first half. Blue Jays get the ball after Cavalier defender loses it. The ball would find Cameron Elwer. He steps back, hits the jumper. That's good. Lead pushed to 16 now. And the Cavaliers would get their last punch, though, before the half as Evan Harlemark comes back, gets the ball, launches it. It's good. Deficit cut to 13. We resume under 3 minutes left in the third. Here it's inbound play to St. John's here time. It's Nolan Schwinn and sneaking by the defender and going off glass for the bucket. Blue Jays go on to win 49-32. Just a few max scores to get to as Versailles gets a 56-48 win over the Flyers. And the New Bremen Cardinals, they win big, 85-24. St. Henry's going to pick up a win tonight in a close one with the Parkway, 57-52 St. Henry. And finally, Fort Recovery. They win 56-29 over New Knoxville.
Over at Van Buren High School, the Black Knights host the Corey Rossin Hornets. Since 2015, Van Buren has a 7-1 record against these Hornets. In the first half, Black Knights get to work. The ball is sent around the perimeter. It finds Parker Beilhartz for the bank shot. But Corey Rossin, they're going to make things interesting as Michael Bixler decides to fire a shot, and his mid-range jumper is good. Corey Rossin still trying to keep it close, but Van Buren proves to be too much in this one as Beilhartz cleans up the mess under the basket. He gets the putback to go. Van Buren pulls away and wins at home, 54-41. Turning our attention over to the BBC still, Macomb visits the launch pad to take on the PG Rockets. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two schools have gone in favor of the Rockets. In the opening quarter, Jake Mack cleans things up under the basket. He gets the putback and gets his team on the board. Rockets up by 2. Panthers respond on the opposite end. Mason Holman spots up for 3, and he buries a triple try. Macomb takes a 1-point lead. Moments later, it's Preston Rodriguez, and he collects with Blake Wittemeyer, and he scores with a man in his face. Macomb leads by 3. But the Rockets answer right back as Aiden Morris connects with Colin Harris, and he hits nothing but net. The game is all tied up at 5s, and the home team continues to light it up from beyond the arc. This time, Harris finds Morris, and he decides to can this tray. Pandora Gilboa wins this game 64-36. Some more scores from the BBC. Arcadia edges out North Baltimore at home, 53-52. While the Red Devils of Arlington win big on the road, the Red Devils defeated the Van Loo Wildcats 84-36. The Louis Bending Eagles take down Riverdale 48-11 at home. With the win, LB captures their first BBC crown outright since 2017. And we're set for our second and final break on Hoops Friday Night. When we come back, catch highlights from the Northwest Central Conference and more. Your Hoops Friday Night will be right back.
Welcome back. Now we stay in town and head over to Temple Christian for a Northwest Central Conference matchup taking on Elgin. TC's 2-4 in conference play, while Elgin is 4-2. So let's head to the highlights. Riding over to the covered wagon, Pioneers are 9-10 with just a couple games left in the season. Hosting 11-win Comets, Temple Christian looking for 2 wins in a row for the 4th time this season after their win over Macomb on Saturday. Picking it up in the second half, game tied up as Ethan Wright drives right to the hoop. From the perimeter, TC goes up by 2. Now watch the nice bounce pass to Landon Callahan on the move. He stops and pulls up for the fadeaway jumper. Pioneers trailing by 4. This time, Callahan does it himself. He drives and stops to pull up the jumper from almost that exact same spot. However, Temple Christian can't complete the finish. Pioneers lose to the Comets 58-51 the final.
Well, it's been a tough go for Ridgedale this season, 2-17 as they look for their first conference victory tonight. Doesn't get any easier as they play Perry, 5-1 in conference record. Second quarter, Jason Thomas is going to get the drive here, and the layup attempt misses. However, Elijah Caudell there for the putback and 2, lead up to 24 now. Gavin Parrish would answer for the Rockets as he drives to the hole with the scoop and score, deficit cut to 22. But Isaiah Sanders and the Commodores flash the defense. Sanders with the steal. He drives it down the other end. He stops and pops the 3 ball, which goes off the mark. But Thomas there for the above the rim putback, lead back to 24. Commodores at it again as Aiden Simpson comes up with the steal and takes it coast to coast for the lay-in. Perry in complete control, and they weren't done. Simpson at it again. On the run with the Euro step. Check this out. In the lane with the bunny. Perry wins 67-33. They improve to 6-1 in conference action. A couple NWCC games to get to. The USV Rams defeated the Ridgemont Golden Gophers 74-44. And Hardin Northern defends home court as they win a big home game 57-55.
Now, let's change into some wrestling gear over at the Walk-In Closet, the site of this year's Northwest Conference Championship Wrestling Meet. In the 120 weight class, Ethan Bean gets the pinfall here. He won 2 of 3 on the day to get second place in Pool A. On to the 126-pound division. Rex Jaradot gets a dub for the Crestview Knights. He finished 3-1 on the day to grab second place in Pool A of the 126 class. Now for 138, Hayden Tobias with the rear naked choke. This was his 1 for 2 of the day, getting more points for the Knights. He finishes in second in Pool B. Another pinfall for the Grove, this time in the 157. Logan Mershman gets the victory. He went 4-1 on the day to grab second in Pool A. More Bulldogs on the mat. AJ Schaefer from Columbus Grove goes 5 for 5 on an incredible day for him. He takes first place in Pool A in the 215-pound weight class. Now, Allen East doing it big again. Another choke from the Mustangs. This time it's Isaac Myers. He went 3 for 3 on the day to grab first in the 106 in Pool A. And finally, another win for the Mustangs. Trenton Gatchell grabs 3 dubs in the 165 weight class to grab first place in Pool A. For full team results from the night, make sure you visit ebombspage.com.
Well, Tony, that's the show. That's going to wrap it up. But I got to ask Tony, I know there's no Cleveland teams here or there's no Ohio teams, but who are you rooting for in the Super Bowl?
I am going to root for the fans.
Root for the fans.
Or the
There you
refs.
go.
Or the refs. You never know, right?
And just so we know, Tony did not see a dunk again tonight, so we're sorry about that. But, hey, we appreciate everybody that's a part of this and everybody that tunes in. We've been having a lot of fun. Playoffs right around the corner. Tony?
Can't wait for that. You just had to bring that up, do you?
I'm sorry.
I mean,
had to.
at one point, I will get him. I will get the dunk, but don't worry. We have plenty of action tomorrow. WBL Championship Wrestling, plenty of girls and boys basketball throughout the area. So once again, thank you to everyone who helps put the show on the air. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great night, everyone.